translation, purport, and then discuss. Okay, verse number 14 of the 6th chapter of first canto. Parishrantendriyatmahah Tritparito bubukshitah snatva pitva hrade nadyah upasprushto gatashramah. Anybody would like to read the word-to-word meaning?
I can read, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Parishranta, being tired. Indriya, bodily. Atma, mentally. Aham, I. Tritparitaha, being thirsty. Bubukshitaha, and hungry. Snatva, taking a bath. Pitva, and drinking water also. Hrade, in the lake. Nadyah, of a river. Upaspritaha,
Upasprushtaha. Sprishta.
Upasprushtaha, being in contact with. Gata, got relief from. Shramaha, tiredness. The translation also, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
A translation. Thus traveling, I felt tired, both bodily and mentally, and I was both thirsty and hungry. So I took a bath in a river lake and also drank water. By contacting water, I got relief from my exhaustion. Purport?
Purport.
A traveling mendicant can meet the needs of the body, namely thirst and hunger, by the gifts of nature, without being a beggar at the doors of the householders. The mendicant therefore does not go to the house of a householder to beg, but to enlighten him spiritually.
So this point is very clear. Huh? The point about traveling mendicant is so clearly delineated by Prabhupada here beautifully. But let's get into the section here. He's talking about Parishranta, Indriya, Atmaham. Indriya and Atma. Parishranta. Parishranta means very tired. He's very parishram, we say, no? When you do a lot of parishram, then you become tired. So we become tired, and he's saying Indriya and Atma means both bodily and mentally. Now see, this is where we have to understand the beauty of Prabhupada's translations. Atma has multiple meanings. No, Atma means can refer to body, Atma can refer to mind also, right? So why did not Prabhupada use the word soul for Atma there?
Because soul never gets tired?
Yes, very true, correct. That's a perfect answer. Soul doesn't have tiredness. So if it is tiredness, means it should be either mental or bodily, and bodily is already covered in the Indriya, right? So see how nicely Prabhupada is thought over and is giving such a beautiful thing, Atma, in Parishranta, Indriya, and see, this is a very nice word, Parishranta. We use the word Parishram, right? Parishram means what?
Hard work.
Hard work, right?
Hard work.
Hard work, right? So Parishra Anta. And at the end of hard work, you become tired. Anta means end. Correct? See how nice these words are. Parishrama is actually Sanskrit word only, but that is used in our other languages that are derived from Sanskrit, like Hindi and Gujarati and whatever other languages also. So when you say thak gaya hai, like that, it's all more of a more colloquial Hindi, but original thing is Parishram, right? Shrama means you are really taking some effort, and Parishrama means you are taking that effort very honestly for a good purpose, for the ultimate purpose, right? So Parishrama, and Parishrama ka ant is called Parishranta. So when you are really working hard, naturally you will become you will have some tiredness. So that is Indriya and Atma, body and mentally. So what does he do? He is not just Parishrama does not mean just walking for 5 kilometers and like that. That is not the Parishrama he did. If you read the previous 3 verses, you will know what all Parishramas that he did. Correct? What are the initial 3 years? He went all over. He went through the flourishing metropolises, towns, villages, animal farms, mines, agricultural lands, valleys, flower gardens, natural forests. He experienced every single landscape in this world, isn't it? And then he passed through hills and mountains. If he just passed through one mountain itself, we feel the whole day is so tired. And he is crossing so many such hills and mountains. And then he goes to all these mines and where the reservoirs waters are there. And he's not simply like walking for a half a kilometer, 1 kilometer. It's hundreds and hundreds of kilometers he's walking. Only then he can cover all these places. Just take one flourishing metropolis itself. If you take one flourishing metropolis like a Delhi or Mumbai, imagine walking from one end to the other end, how long it will take, right? So that is why there is a parishrama and then parishra anta. So he's walking all through. So much is parishranta, parishrantendriya atma ham. Tired both mentally and bodily. And then what happens whenever we are we are what do you call, we are tired, the first thing that what we do, we feel hungry and we feel thirsty, right? So that is a trit paritaha. Trit paritaha means trit means thirsty, right? So fulfilling that thirst is called trying to fulfill that. Paritaha means that is why we are being thirsty. And bubukshitaha, bubukshita means bhukta. Bhokta means eating prasad, honoring prasadam. So for that you are hungry for prasadam. That is what bubukshitaha. Now he is very hungry and he is mentally tired also. He is thirsty also, right? So see how Krishna so nicely arranged this river for him. For everything, that river is so perfectly placed there. It quenches his thirst also, and hunger also to a bit. It is satisfied, and you take the water, and by refreshing himself by taking snatva pitva, right? In that place, he was snatva means he was taking bath, and his whole body becomes fresh. Hrade Nadyaha, so he's doing that river. And Upasprushtaha is a beautiful word. Being in contact with. Being in contact with is a very beautiful word really here. Being in contact with Gatashramaha. He is relieved from all forms of tiredness, right? Here, river is a representation of Krishna actually. River is a form, expansion of Krishna. Rivers, ocean, lakes, these are all water bodies, That is why it's called Jivan. Water is called Jivan. And especially with the flowing water, that is ocean, sea water and all, you cannot drink directly, isn't it? You cannot drink sea water directly. But river water you can drink directly. Why? It is continuously flowing. There is no saline. There is no that is not salinated water. It's a pure water. So sweet it will be. Any river that is flowing, you will take, and it is, even if it is somewhere something is mixing, still because it is flowing, it is very purifying. And when the flowing water is there, it is natural experience for all of us. What is that? That in the flowing water also, just you get contact of that water itself, you feel really refreshed, isn't it? You go into the river and you just take a snan and you don't feel like coming out, especially in a good weather day. If you go and forget about good weather day, last year around this same time I was in Rishikesh, and it was so cold, just for 4 hours or so sun will come. That time it's a little bit okay, kind of pleasant, this thing. Otherwise it is really cold rest of the day. And that time when I took bath in this Ganga, it was so ice cold really, but you don't even feel like touching the water, so cold it is. But when you enter in, you don't feel like coming out. That is the beautiful thing here with the rivers, flowing rivers. It's because it's so pure, you want that association more. That is a being in contact with upasprishta. Being touched is one thing. Being touched means you just touch and come out. You understand the difference? Being in contact with means you are there for a sufficient amount of time, continuously in contact. Like I am in contact with somebody. There's a difference between I'm in touch with somebody and I'm in contact with somebody. Many times we use this interchangeably, isn't it? I am in touch with somebody. No, yeah, touch means whenever they feel like they will talk. There is no like regular calls or something. Yeah, once in a while, once in a year I talk. That is also in touch with. But being in contact with means more frequently you will contact, you will be in touch. There is no, you will be more in contact regularly. There is no thing like a long gap. And also anytime you feel like you will not feel like oh, yesterday only I called this person, I don't want to call again. That you don't have that feeling kind of, because that is more of a formal thing when you have those hesitations, right? So being in contact with actually is a beautiful word Prabhupada has given us. Upasprishtaha. Upasprishtaha means that water is continuously in contact with, while it is flowing, the river water is flowing, but every moment we are touched by the fresh water. That is why you feel like being there. Every moment we are refreshed, our body is refreshed. And that being in contact with is actually a beautiful thing. The Prabhupada is revealing it here because river is actually a representation of Krishna. Mountains, rivers, forests, all these are representations of Krishna. So when you are being in contact with river is in the, because river is in the flowing mode and it is always in a sacrifice mood, right? River doesn't gain anything by flowing through all those rugged rains, but it is getting purified as it keeps flowing. The moment it stops flowing, it cannot, it loses its purity, right? So that is why this snatva pitva hradaya nadya upasprishto gatashramaha. Upasprishtaha is a very, very beautiful word. We have to really appreciate Prabhupada's translation there. And this is exactly how the traveling mendicant and the traveling river both represent the same thing. You understand? Now the connection? Because mendicant also continuously travels and he has nothing for himself. He doesn't keep anything for himself. He goes to one house, maybe if he has more, he gives to someone else, whatever they are giving. He just gives them some nice association. That is his being in contact with. He is giving his association, then moves on. Same way, the river also is a traveling mendicant. He doesn't have anything with him. He just travels for Krishna's service. It's a service, it's his nature. So by his nature, he's just, the river is flowing. Correct? So such a nice simile because he's talking about a traveling mendicant here. Mendicant means they just don't need anything for themselves. Whatever they want also is for the others' benefit only. He doesn't think so, but that's what it ultimately means. The river also doesn't need anything from anybody, but he takes some flower or something from one place and gives it to somewhere else. Takes it and they get stuck. Some wood is taken from one place and then it is naturally carried to the other place, wherever where the water flows. Right? So this is how beautifully Prabhupada translates: a traveling mendicant meet the needs of body, namely thirst and hunger, by the gifts of nature, without being a beggar at the door of the householders. Very beautiful lines. You don't have to go and ask, give this, give that. You just go to the river and how much ever water you want. If you go to somebody's home, how much water they will give? 1 glass, 2 glass, maximum 1 pot. They themselves are have so limited water. You can't get from anywhere. But you go to river, you can as much water as you want. You can take. Still, it is nothing, right? And that is a Prabhupada is termed that this whole thing is beautifully as gifts of nature. Such a beautiful phrase, gifts of nature, Krishna's nature. Hmm? Just one second. Sorry, Prabhu Mataji. Okay. So this gifts of nature is very, very important to meditate on, because when we look at rivers, mountains, lakes, the forests, trees, fruits, you know, all these pure form of sustenance that Krishna has given us, nothing can be equal to that. How much ever you have this processed water, this water, that water, etc., etc., you have so much. It is not equal to even one one speck of thing for the pure natural thing that Krishna has given us. We are only making all the contamination and everything by the processing and all that, right? So it is really something which we should appreciate Krishna for. That's why Prabhupada specifically says gifts of nature. Somebody is giving gift which we don't deserve, and we thank them from the core of, from the bottom of our heart. So when we see these rivers, when we see these mountains, when we see this all these beautiful places, we should thank Krishna for that. And we should say, why are we supposed to unnecessarily we are going and standing in front of somebody when all these things Krishna has given us? Hmm? So he is not going to beg. He does go, the mendicant, the parivrajakacha, he does go to houses, but not for his sake, but for others' sake. He he doesn't go to beg for them to give something to him. He begs so that they can they can get some knowledge, some gyan, some practical guidance from these people. Yeah, I see Piyush Prabhu raising his hand. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Your voice is low, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I am audible, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Prabhu, one comparison is also can be made in traveling mendicant and river is that purity of mendicant purifies as a river purity of river purifies every place. So similarly, purity of a mendicant purifies others. So we can also take this similarity.
Very good point, Prabhu. That's a beautiful point. It's the purity that matters. The purity of the river is what reveals the whole thing, right? It reveals the whole world of spiritual, the whole spiritual world to them, right? To the recipient. And why it is pure? Because it has nothing for himself. Everything that it needs is for others. Regarding river, there is that beautiful verse is there. Just one sec. Give me one sec. One canto. Hey, give me a minute. Hmm. Who is sharing the screen?
Myself, Rajesh Prabhu.
Okay, can you take verse number 44?
Which canto, Prabhu?
Oh, okay. 11:7:44. It's a beautiful lesson that the Avadut Brahmana takes, learns from with a Patar which he considers Guru. स्वच्छ प्रकृतितः स्निग्धो माधुर्यस्तीर्थभूर्नृणां मुनिः पुनात्यपां मित्रं ईक्षोपस्पर्शकीर्तनैः Iksha Upasparsha, same Upasprishta and Upasparsha is here, you see. And then Upasparsha is very beautifully translated as being respectfully touched. When you're touching also, you don't neglectfully touch. You touch and then put it on your head, put it on your eyes, whatever. And then drink also, you drink like this and take like this and drink, right? So much is there in terms of giving the respects. You see, it is water's beautiful quality is so nicely brought out here. Snigdha, Prakriti by nature, the water is very soft, isn't it? And pure and soft and sweet also, and very cool and calming also. Fire, it is not soft. Fire is really burning. Earth is very hard. But this water is so soft that when you just put your leg in it, immediately you become so much refreshed, isn't it? Hmm? So see the translation.
O king, a saintly person is just like water because he is free from all contamination. Gentle by nature and by speaking creates a beautiful vibration like that of flowing water.
Hmm.
Just by seeing, touching, or hearing such a saintly person, the living entity is purified, just as one is cleansed by contact with pure water. Thus, a saintly person, just like a holy place, purifies all those who contact him because he always chants the glories of the Lord.
See, beautiful verse, no? This one talks about the beauty of water. First and foremost is that water is free of any contamination. Why it is always flowing. And it is next to qualities, it is gentle by nature. Apam Mitram, right? Very, very friendly, right? Mitram means very friendly. So it is very gentle by nature. Hmm? It is such a good friend. It is so friendly with everybody because even atheists who don't believe in God also want water. Those who are cursing Krishna also they want water. Cursing devotees also they want water. Cursing religion also they want water. They don't understand that they are taking association of Krishna in the form of water, right? So Krishna is so merciful that for their thirst he gives the best this thing because even without food also you can live for some time, but without water we cannot live even for a day, isn't it? We can stay without food for some time. We can fast and we can stay. People can do that. But without putting water into our body, it is not possible to keep it alive. We are dead easily. Within a few days, we'll be dead, right? So you see how nice this is. The next is gentle by nature, and then by by speaking creates a beautiful vibration like that of flowing water. You have seen the river flowing. You just sit next to it in a calm, quiet. It's nice, beautiful. That water will create a beautiful rhythm, and it is so sweet to hear, isn't it? The same way the saintly devotee, gentle and saintly devotee also, he speaks so beautifully, and by speaking, he creates a beautiful vibration like that of the flowing water. Such a nice simile here. And then just by seeing, touching, or hearing such a saintly person, the living entity is purified, just as one is cleansed by contact with pure water. And here, this contact is not just by touching with the hand only. The touching by seeing Also, you are touching, you are getting the contact of the river. You see Ganga so beautifully flowing across across, and you just sit there and see for some time. Your mind will be so pleased and calmed. See, and then you hear the sound vibration, which is that water sound vibration. Because while that sound vibration is created as a result of its or while it is in the process of sacrificing for others' benefit. You understand? While a stationary water, does it create any sound? A stagnant water, I mean, in a well or in a,
No,
Never.
no,
it never
Prabhuji.
creates any sound, isn't it? But a flowing water creates a sound. Ocean also creates a sound because it keeps flowing, right? It keeps coming and going, coming and sits out to and fro. So that when you actually move only, you can do some sacrifice. That is movement can be, it's not just a physical movement from one place to another place. Your mind also keeps moving. Like suppose somebody calls and says, Prabhu, I need prasadam the next 1 hour. Can you please arrange for me? Then what will you do? You may not be able to go there. You will immediately will think, oh, Prabhu, where are you staying? Okay, I will come there and I will ask somebody to come and deliver the prasadam. So then you make a call. You make a call and you call this Prabhuji, this so and so devotee is in need of prasadam. Can you please? Somehow you arrange the whole thing. In this whole process, you are moving. You may be sitting in one place and doing the phone calls, but you are still moving. You got the point? How you are moving? Your mind is moving. Oh, this devotee is near there. That devotee will be able to pick it up, and someone else can give prasada. Like this, so many things that mind is moving in these places physically, right? So that movement, right? That movement is also a movement. That movement is a sacrifice. You are sacrificing for half an hour or 1 hour for others' well-being. You are not getting anything from there, but you like to do that, like to do that seva. Yes or no?
Very much true, Prabhuji.
So that is the movement. Movement can be mental, movement can be subtle body movement or physical body movement. Physical body movement, we may go, Prabhu, I will drop you here. I will take you to this place. I will come and deliver this thing to you. Like that, or I am going to the temple. Whatever it is, these are all movements. So water is continuously moving. Because it is continuously moving, just by seeing the water also we get purified. Just by hearing the sound vibration also we get purified. Just by then final this thing is touching. You touch with your feet or you touch with your hand or whole body you dip. That's why Maharaj told us once that the beauty of taking bath, taking snan in a river is that every moment you are touched by fresh water. It's a fresh water. Every moment we are touched, we don't realize it. But is you suppose it overhead tank you are taken some water and it is there. It will be there for 2-3 days. It's a stagnant water. It may get stinky also. But if you open the tap, the water flows. We think that, oh, yeah, I have taken bath, but this water is kind of don't know how long it was contaminated. What insects or disease, bacteria, whatever it is there, we don't know. Or they do that recycled water and so many different things they are saying. But Krishna does not recycle without purifying it, right? And it goes all the way to the top to Indra. Again, it comes in the form of rain. It is completely pure. So these three things are very important. Please, can you go a little bit up to see the Sanskrit verse? You see, Madhuryas Tirtha Bhur Nranam. Can you come down a bit? I want to see the word meaning. Okay, Swacha Prakrititah. Swacha, it's pure, first of all. Then by nature it is pure. So devotees also, by nature, we have to become pure. We should not be making all this discrimination that, oh, this person, I don't like him. This person didn't give money. Why should I go to his place? This person didn't even say Hare Krishna to me. Why should I go? Why should I talk to him? These are all impurity. Anybody who discards all these conditional things, they are pure. They are seeing everything is coming from Krishna. Connect everything with Krishna. That is pure. So river also is connected to Krishna. We see that connection with Krishna. Because Krishna knew that is Yamuna and Ganga, they are ready to do any amount of sacrifice, even to serve those atheistic demons also. Krishna has given them special mercy that every year the water comes. Have you ever seen Ganga going completely empty, one full area? It may be little bit down in height, that's all, but the water will always be there, isn't it? Either above the ground or under the ground, whatever. Hmm? So Madhuryas Tirtha Bhu. Tirtha Bhu means place of pilgrimage. Hmm? Nidam, he's saying for human beings. So it's a water is a place of pilgrimage. River is a place of pilgrimage for the human beings. Why? Because of its purity and sacrifice. And only because it is pure, it is able to purify the body and mind of these other people, right? And the same way, a saintly person also, by being in, being able to, by being able to do the sacrifice for others' well-being, he is also able to sanctify them. Somebody was saying
Hare
about to
Krishna,
say something.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I
Hmm.
have a question, Prabhuji. Can I
Yes,
ask?
Mataji. Yeah, please.
Yeah. As such, you said that, we should be equipoised. We should not differentiate the
Hmm.
quality of the river.
Hmm.
So, when it comes to me, like specifically, like
Hmm.
during this marathon and all, uh,
Hmm.
we call up people for this Gita Dan and all that thing, Vidya Dan, all those things. So
Hmm.
of course we know them since long time, and when we ask them for the donation, they don't give us donation, or maybe
Hmm.
whatever reason they may be having.
Hmm.
So in that case, no, that ill feeling comes. Arey, I
Hmm.
know this person since long time. I have been serving this one. He's not ready to give one book donation. So all this thing, ill feeling comes. Prabhuji, how to avoid this so that
Learn from
not only
river,
for the
Mataji.
short term, long term, we should have a good relation like this.
See, this is why we have to take the lesson from river. River, when it is flowing in one direction only, and it
Mm,
doesn't come back to come. It doesn't take a U-turn and come back and again go.
mm,
Right? Once gone means gone.
okay.
Correct? So, which
Yes.
means once you take donation from them, don't go and ask them again. Because I will tell you, this is all mind's game, Mataji.
Mm,
See, what we will do once we ask, then that person will give. The next time, what mind will do is why to go and struggle and try ask for a new from a new person. He is
mm,
already given. I know him already. So he knows that Janmashtami is happening, Rath Yatra is whatever it is. They know that. So let me go and ask the same person again, and he will give. So what we do is we get some regular customers, and we
mm,
think that easier to get it done. So mind will always look for an easy way out, get the job
mm,
done easily. We think that it is shortcut, but the actual thing is the mind is lazy. It doesn't want to get from others. It does not mean that you should not get from the same person whom you are whom from whom you got earlier. Um,
mm,
but the point is that our mindset is that uh, it will be like, "Oh, easily I can get it from this person," like that. And second
mm,
problem is, we in between the last time getting the donation last time and getting the donation this time,
mm,
we should think ourselves how many times have I at least connected with that person,
mm. Yes.
because they also watch us. You see,
Mm,
whatever we are doing, they also watch us, right?
mm,
So the
mm,
thing is, if, excuse me, if you want to take a lesson from the river, river doesn't charge anything from us for giving us the service, right? But what we do, suppose I give a book, I charge them. Of course, we have to get some Lakshmi. That is to be done. That because otherwise they will not know the value. All those things are there, right? But the thing is, we should then what we should do? Okay, I'm charging something for this book for this person. What I should do? I should try to help him by giving him the knowledge that is hidden in that book. Otherwise, he will not open and read at all. So between the last time you got a donation and given some book or whatever, and now, how many times you visited that person, talk to him or her, or try to help them come out of the difficulties, any miseries they have, sufferings, family, some problem or whatever, whatever problem. How many times have you personally helped them? This is the most important thing.
Okay.
If you are not being personal with them, Mataji, what reason they have to give us the donation again? You tell me. It's like we are demanding, come on, give me, like that.
Yes, Prabhuji. I
Right?
got it, Prabhuji. Understood.
So that is the thing. The more we care for people personally, even without our asking, they will come and give. And that is why this sweet or gentle speech is very important. Madhurya, snigdha, madhurya. These two words are very important. Just like water, actually it is getting hit by the rocks and logs of wood and so many other corners, sharp stones and everything. It is getting hit. But still, when somebody is putting their legs down, it is not showing his anger upon them. Come on, I'm coming so much thing. You're putting your leg on me. Like that doesn't say. And when they put the leg, it softly touches. We all have that experience, isn't it? When you put your legs in feet in the water, how peaceful you feel like. In Japan, I used to be enjoying like anything because just next to my this thing apartment is the river flowing. So I will just keep walking for some 1-2 kilometers along the river. Nice pathway they have put, and I will go there and I'll chant. I will chant 16 rounds. After that, also some extra rounds I will do because 4:30, 4 o'clock and all, sun will come there in the summer season. And after I chant, I will go put my feet in the water, that flowing water. How sweet it will be, how pleasing it will be. I just keep it put and sometimes the fish will come and bite, and the things will keep move. The water will continuously flow. Not 1 second the river stops. Imagine we walk and then we stay like tired and we are getting some rest, but river doesn't take rest at all. How much pure it must be to do it for others, to do that for others' sake, right? And we are using that river to cross to from one place to another, right? Say suppose in this world, in many landscapes, a river will be there, and you cannot go across. Like even our Mayapur, for example, or even Vrindavan, you have the river. So in that, when you have to go around the road, then you have to go around long route. But if you just take a boat or a small now, then you cut across and easily you go through, right? So it is helping people in so many different ways. That is how we should also be very helpful to people, and that way naturally people will be willing to help us. Help us or actually they are not helping us, accepting our help. They will be happy to accept our help. That is by receiving the books or giving donation. Otherwise, if you don't come and ask, who will you give? If who will they give it to? To just go waste, isn't it?
Okay, Prabhuji.
So nice question, Mataji. Thank you.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, you just said about that book. I mean, when we go for donations, that you said very true. I mean, our mind is so lazy that we don't want to go to others. But the problem is, Prabhu, that how from where to bring the new contacts every time for the donations. I mean, that is where the problem is for me at least. That
Mhm.
so then we approach the same people whom we know and who have been giving. So how? What is
I think
the solution for that?
I think we should follow the way these ad callers are doing it, where we don't know where they are getting our names from. Suddenly, from nowhere, they are calling, and these banks and all they call and say, we have this
Data.
loan, all these things, you know.
Mm. So
Mm.
you have to steal the data from the others now, huh?
Steal the data from these Airtels and
Yeah,
BSNLs and
yeah, yeah.
Geos and I, I
Yes,
don't know.
yes.
That's just it may be in a lighter rain, but the thing is, if you just go to some place and stand there and chant your thing and just put a stall and sit there, maybe one or two people will come. Our job should not be. Yesterday also I was hearing nice thing with the Kaur Gopal Prabhu actually. Just telling never go by numbers. I think he is some person who can really tell about numbers, you know. He has so many followers and all that. Just don't go by numbers. Even if you get one person to read Bhagavad Gita in that day, that is good enough. Who was giving this nice math? Surdagirti Prabhu gave a nice math and Radhanath Maharaj also enjoyed it. He said, if each devotee take a vow to distribute one book at least, what is that kind of thing? Every day, one book. If we can distribute for 30 days, it is 30 books. So 30 books in this by one person. Suppose you have 3,000 devotees, then 3,000 into 30 is easily um, 1 lakh, right? Almost close to 1 lakh. So he said in 1 month we can easily distribute books. Only thing is that each devotee should say that I will distribute one book every day like that. So he was just giving a little math, you know. So uh, like that, if you just take small steps, don't worry too much about. Of course, if Krishna has given us the intelligence to to do all these different churning and all that, I know how devotees in Pune, Delhi, Mumbai, everywhere, all over the world, every single day they just go around and this marathon is amazing seva the devotees do, right? So it is really uh, worth meditating on that and do some seva that way. And whoever can, Krishna is inspiring. Don't compare. Somebody may distribute 1,000 books, somebody may distribute one book only. Both are equal for Krishna. So we just and we should not be taking advantage of this time and say that okay, no, today I will distribute one book and that is enough to please Krishna. The rest of the time sit and waste our time. No, that is not the way to work. So see these slokas so nicely revealing the message for us. When we are really snigdha, when we really madhurya, then the person would not even be having any idea to buy the book, but he would buy the book just because of our gentility and softness and soft-hearted. Prabhupada says this is such a nice thing that disciples of Prabhupada translated soft or soft-hearted. Right? Water is soft. Same way, the saintly persons are also soft-hearted. Soft-hearted means they know where this person, what problems this person is going through and is coming. So I should also not giving more pain to him. I should give him some relief from the pain that he already has. Just like the river gives the relief. River is going through so much austerity, but still it is giving that relief to the person who is coming, right? So these two things is very important. Soft-hearted, that is Snigdha, Madhurya, and Tirtabhu. By nature we have to be Swachha by nature, Prakrititaha. Our heart must be really pure. Even those who are harming us, firing us, chastising us, blaspheming us, whatever, we should be very pleasing with them. When we are pleasing with them, when we are pleasing in the sense not just outwardly, in the heart also we should be very pleasing. We should feel very like compassionate if they are suffering. If they are doing very nice, we should have a progressive attitude. I mean, we should be happy to see their progress. Punadikan mudam lipset. All these things make our life very, very peaceful and liked by others also. With others also like it. And because of that purity, we are able to do sanctification. Punati apam mitram. Mitra means exact counterpart here. Very nicely used the word. Mitra is exact counterpart. That's river is the exact counterpart of the sage. Just by seeing the water, you will be pleased. Just by respectfully you are touching it. Kirtana is very interesting. Being glorified verbally, right? You're glorifying verbally. You're glorifying the river. No, you don't even have to go to Ganga. Physically, you don't even have to go to Ganga if you are not able to. I mean, simply sit here and meditate on Ganga and glorify its good qualities. You will be blessed by the Ganga Mata. Every day, that's why we are saying Yamuna Mata ki jai, Ganga Maya ki jai, right? We say in our Prem Dhwani, we say that, no? Ganga Maya, Yamuna Maya ki jai, right? So when we say that, we are meditating on them. And immediately all these good qualities are what you call, if I have to use this IT word, downloaded into you. Right? We imbibe those qualities automatically. They get they enter into our hearts. They enter into us, these qualities. Snigdha, Madhurya, and Tirthabhu. We should be a Tirthabhu for Nrinam, for all human beings. Like river, because of its nature, it does not attach to anybody. If somebody is coming, then it is not stopping. Say, hey, I like this person, I will be here with him for some time. No, it keeps on flowing. My job is to flow. Anybody who wants to take advantage of my presence, he will take advantage. That is how a saintly person also will be. He will not be attached that, hey, this person is giving me Lakshmi for donation. I will go to his place again. No, because you go to his place again, but not with the idea that I want Lakshmi from him. You go to his place again so that you can give him Krishna's association. You can give him some message from Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. Then on their own, if they are happy to do something for us, it's perfectly fine. Right? So does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhuji. When
Yes,
you
Prabhuji.
speak about all these qualities, Prabhuji, it really feels like, we should also be like this. But when you are practically on the street, all this thing doesn't manifest, Prabhuji. First thing
No,
we become is angry only.
you don't worry. because we are going with some apeksha, no, it will happen. See, anger doesn't come just like that. We are having some apeksha, that's why it is coming. But meditating on these qualities and liking these qualities itself is a good start,
Mm.
right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just like the saintly person, you just meditate on them and glorify them. Automatically, their blessings are upon us. The same way, by by meditating on the glorious rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada. That's why we chant all the rivers' names also, no, in the morning. Kaveri, Ganga, Narmada, Godavari. We say all these rivers' names. That itself is a purifying thing for us.
Okay,
But the
Prabhuji.
problem is, I think that we know all these things, but when it comes on the streets and our immediate reactions are very different from what we should. We don't even think. We later on realize it, and that we shouldn't have done it. But at that time, when we should act like that, we don't never do it. That is the problem. I mean,
Yeah.
at least with me.
Yeah, no, it's true for all of us. See, what happens to Mataji, this 1 month is like it's like a free, what do you call it as? Free pass given to us by Prabhupada, right? You do by hook or crook, you go and do service. That's it. you fire somebody, you scold somebody, whatever it is, you just do. Sometimes, I mean, Prabhupada didn't say that way, but we take it in that way and say somehow or other I have to get it done, right? So in that process, there may be some little things that will happen. It should not happen ideally, but it might happen, right? Uh, the fact that we are repenting after that itself is half victory for us, right? When we try to rectify it, the remaining part of the thing will be completed. But until then, at least half part of it is completed. So don't be disheartened that, I know all these things, but I'm not able to practice. I'm not able to practice. Prabhupada says that it's okay, you practice in the month of January, in the month of December, don't worry about too much.
Yeah, actually, Prabhuji, we are very much cautious when we are doing services. But as soon as the service is over, then we will come to our own this. I mean,
Yeah.
that is the problem. Yeah.
So sometimes, we are given that free hand, they say, that okay, you go and do this thing. Because actually speaking, Kali Yuga, we should also look at the nature of Kali Yuga, Mataji. Because the both two of you are asked this question. I'm just saying this, that in Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to please take it, please take it. You tell one person to take, 2 person to take, what will happen? All these other demoniac people will keep increasing. So you will see, like, see, suppose this say the number of demonic people is 70%, number of saintly people is 30%. And if the growth ratio of the saintly person is less, and growth ratio of the demoniac person is more, in another 10 years, what will happen?
There'll be more of demonic people.
Demoniac will increase and this will reduce. Now, this 70% will become 80% and 30% become 20%. Right. So to arrest that speed with which the destruction is happening, Prabhupada has introduced these things like go and do mass thing, go do mass harinam, mass prasadam distribution, mass book distribution. Right? These distributions are, we have to understand that these are not for income to the temple or my scores and all those things. It's not like that. It's never like that. This is to make sure that 1 month at least anyway, December is like a lighter month for work and other things. So let's just go on with our distribution seva and give to as many people as possible. But after December comes January. So go back and talk to those people and see, have you read Bhagavad Gita? Did you like it? Did you have any questions? If you don't mind, I will come and spend some time with you for half an hour every day and we can discuss Bhagavad Gita. Like that we should have. We should not always hanker for 1,000 people, 100 people like that in front of us. One person is enough. And that person will remember our sacrifice for long time. We have a lot to learn from this river and, this is such a beautiful thing. Sparsha Kirtane. Okay. Yeah, I see Rajesh Prabhu raising his hand. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, in the start of today's class, you were saying how we have raga dvesha, right? That you like this kind of person, you don't like this person. He said Hare Krishna to me in the morning, but this person didn't give me donation. So that I think when you look at to both the Matajis, when you look at book distribution as a mechanism for us to understand ourselves and what all raga devshas I have, that is a great way to proceed in that way, right? Because it's almost a mirror to us. It tells us this is what I'm liking, this is not. It is telling me so much about myself. The process of book distribution.
Yeah. Any service actually reveals ourselves to us, Prabhu. Good point that is. And any seva, it actually reveals about ourselves. Oh, this is what I didn't know. So many times we think that, hey, I am reading Bhagavatam, I will not get angry at all. But when you go out and see all these kind of people who don't care for you, then you get upset. And you also show your frustration on them. Because we have certain expectations. By end of day, I should have distributed 250 books or 300 books. And 3 books also is not gone. So we are really frustrated. Why this is happening, Krishna? And we are actually frustrated not only because the books are not going, but also because you have to take all those stocks back to home. Isn't it? We will carry these heavy weights, back and forth like that. Certain things happen only when Krishna wants, so we have to be really patient with him.
But it is so nice to hear Mataji's Prabhuji. They are making such sincere and consistent efforts. So in spite of all odds, that is something really appreciable. I think
Yeah,
Krishna will see that really,
100%.
really great. Every
Actually,
different
the
matters.
cherry on top of the cake is that they are repenting for it, while they are supposed to be
Yes.
even more looking for other opportunities and this and that, right? That is the beauty here. It's really their humility that is coming out. After doing the service also, you go back and think, oh, no, I didn't do this service properly. Instead of someone else coming and tell you that you have not done the service properly, and then you deny them, saying that no, I did my service all right. You don't have the right eyes to see. That they themselves are doing a self-reflection, self-introspection, and coming out with this question. That means itself that Krishna has already identified that eagerness to rectify, eagerness to correct and become pure, isn't it? So that is this is the real flow actually. This is how the water flows. This is how the saint flows. With the situation and how he has to go. Flow itself means carrying no baggage. If I have to flow, I don't carry any baggage from the past. Does the water carry any baggage from the past, from the previous thing? No. Anybody who comes, they will come. Whenever they want to leave, they can leave. The river doesn't catch hold of the log and say, no, you can't go. Come on, you have to come with me. Like that, does it do? No. The log is like slow. If river is going like this, log is going, but you are away from the river and near the bank, then it reduces speed. Then it just goes away. River just keeps going. It's okay. If you want to get down here, get down. I have no problem. So that kind of a detachment should also be there in us. Then only we can carry on our devotional service enthusiastically. Yes, Suresh Prabhuji, Haribol.
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam,
Nice to
Prabhuji.
hear your voice. Prabhuji, this one other aspect is that this distribution is for our purification, Prabhu. It is not
Yes.
it's not the burden that somebody is forcing us to do distribution by force. It is for our own purification. So it is
Yeah.
how sincere we are to purify ourselves is all that sincere effort we will put in that.
And you rightly said this point, Prabhu. So when we are frustrated or an anxiety, whatever, at that time our purification is happening. The moment you recognize and acknowledge that I am in anxiety, I am having this thing, etc., etc., then Krishna is not giving the what you are expecting thing. Then it is really such a nice feeling that we are being corrected by Krishna.
One more point is that, Prabhu, it is that books are not selling means that is we have not approached the people where Krishna consciousness is aware or is seeking the book. We are not approached such people who are ready to take it.
Yeah. And I'm just wondering, many times devotees post messages that, oh, this devotee was like this person was like this, he was very opposing and all that. But finally, he was so much attracted and took the books of Prabhupada. They post that as only as Prabhupada's mercy. But why don't we see somebody not taking the books also Prabhupada's mercy upon us? Somebody not taking the book is Prabhupada's mercy upon us to bring us back to ground. Otherwise, I will keep thinking that I am successful, I can easily do it. We will not bring Krishna into the picture at all, Guru into the picture at all, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that's the thing, whenever we are failing, we should go back and ask Krishna and pray to Krishna and Prabhupada that Krishna, please, Prabhupada, please take me as your I mean, as your instrument, and use me in whatever way you want. Just have, I think, another 10 more days or 15 more days for the marathon to end. So, really nice. Should actually we look forward to this seva somehow with all the other engagements and all. Not every devotee is able to do, but still, so much glorious is the seva. Prabhupada was the one who he was a pioneer of this seva. No one else had even thought about it, and he did this. He introduced this book distribution thing. Even till now, more than 50 years now, this movement, and still 50, 60 years, still it's going on strong. So these verses are very beautifully connected, 11:7:44 and 1:6:14. Okay, I think I should stop here. Prabhu's Mataji's, it's time also. We'll continue again next week, middle of next week. Maybe 26th, 25th is a day when devotees would be really running hard to get the things. It's a holiday. But 26th, maybe evening, we can probably do this Prabhupada Smaranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhu's Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you so much. Panchakalpitarabhyascha kripasnabhya paditanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Bhagavad Premanande. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.